Hi, welcome back to Maximum Potential Schooling. I'm Zane Hoare. And today I want to talk to you about what is effectively the most precious commodity that there is for anyone in the world. And that's the concept of time. You see, time is something that we only have a finite amount of. And it's also something we can't create more of, or we can't get more time. We're given an amount. Money, the richest men in the world have a lot of money. And if they spend it, they can make more money. But the one thing they can't get more of, but the one thing that the most rich people in the world want more of is time. You want more of it, I want more of it, we all want more time. And that creates a really interesting discussion around how do we spend our time. We often hear the excuse, I don't have time. And it could be I don't have time for a number of things. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to fit my homework in. I don't have time to catch up with friends. I don't have time to, chat with my parents or my grandparents or see my relatives or whatever it might be. There's often this sense or this excuse that I don't have time, but the reality is different, because the reality is we tend to spend time on the things that we are prioritizing. So often those same people who say, I don't have time to exercise, will find time to be on social media, to spend countless minutes of the day checking their social media, checking their Facebook, checking their Instagram, posting on Twitter, whatever it might be. They find the time for that, but they can't find the time for something else. And what that says is they're prioritizing that social media interaction, or whatever it might be, they're prioritizing that over exercise. And we want to start making some links between this idea of time and some of the stuff that we've worked on in our earlier lessons, those things being discipline and goal setting. Because in reality, the key question that you should always be asking yourself is this: is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goals? Because the goals you set should be the things that you're passionate about. They should be the things that you're prioritizing. They're the things you really want. And you want to achieve, and you want to do, and you want to be. And if they're the things that you passionately want, then that's where you should be prioritizing your time. And if in every situation you can ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goals? And then, well, if you find that what you're doing isn't moving you closer to your goals, well, that's when this concept of discipline needs to come in. And you need to have the discipline to change what you're doing, and to be strict, and to follow through, and to do what you said you were going to do, when you said you were going to do it, to the best of your abilities. Now, we want to tie this in with our lesson on discipline. And you'll see in the written component of this, we've highlighted some key lessons that you can go back to that will kind of help frame this idea of time and using time and being disciplined. And when we had our lesson on discipline, we talked about the idea that you can develop discipline with challenge. And what we've done here at Maximum Potential Schooling is we've set ourselves a challenge and we've followed through with it. And that challenge was very simple. It was to get up 30 minutes earlier every single day and to ensure that when our alarm went off, we didn't hit the snooze button. And that's where this concept of hashtag no snooze comes in. And hashtag no snooze becomes a saying or a mantra even for all of those times where I said I was going to do something and now's the time to do it. So when my alarm goes off, I said I was going to get up at this time. If I hit snooze, then I have failed at that moment. And I've lost that chunk of time that I won't get back. I prioritized something else. I didn't have the discipline to get up. And the amazing thing that has happened out of this is that all of a sudden, I've got more time. I've found just simply an extra few minutes in my day that enables me to get more done. And it's all come through prioritizing the right things, and through discipline. So what we want you to do is we want you to join us on this hashtag no snooze challenge and make hashtag no snooze mean something for you. Make it mean a way of you creating some time back for yourself and prioritizing the right things and getting rid of the excuse, I don't have time. Making sure you're constantly asking yourself the question, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goals? And if it's not, having the discipline to change what you're doing and to refocus. And what we think will happen is we think you'll find that when you prioritize the right things, you have a lot more time than you thought. You have time for that exercise. You have time for that homework. You have time to build relationships with friends and parents and family. You have time to read that book that you've been really wanting to read. You have the time to achieve what you want to achieve. What you need to do is prioritize it and spend that time wisely. So that is our challenge to you. For this lesson is to think all the time, how can I use hashtag no snooze? Good luck. Train hard.